Presidente Trump is back. Hey, fake news, did you miss him?
Together, we will send Joe Biden and the fake news media. There's a lot of people back there. Look at that. Look at that. Do you miss me? They miss me. They miss me. I know. They look at their bad ratings and they're saying, we miss this guy. I said it was going to happen. I was waiting for them to endorse me, actually. I know that was a big step, but they're going down the tubes. Their numbers are very bad.
This video is brought to you by Extreme Tees. Click on the link below. Make sure you put Kevin in the promo code and you'll get a 20% discount. What's going on, y'all? Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And y'all see who's back? The champ is back. Yeah, and he's dealing with that funky, nasty, stinking, disgusting, dirty liberal media. Calling them out, man. Yeah, I'm sure their ratings have been taking a beating. I'm talking Clubber Lang type blows. But you know, we better check in and see if they've repented of their wicked ways in regards to how they report Trump, address Trump, and perceive themselves. What's this? It looks like Don Lemon is getting interviewed. Let's check it out.
2 hours a night, every weekday, you will sit behind the anchor desk. And I want to show the audience some of the things that you said during the Trump presidency.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
You are the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States of America, the greatest country on earth. Act like it.
This is CNN Tonight. I'm Don Lemon. The president of the United States is racist. A lot of us already knew that.
The president of the United States is a fraud and a con man.
When you interject that emotion and you call the president of the United States a con man, how is that different from the emotion that Fox News interjects when they're covering Biden?
Yeah. Well, because I'm coming from a place of truth.
Go ahead.
Because when I say that the president of the United States is racist, I went on after that to give the evidence.
What do you do? Are we still playing?
I've seen it so many times. I don't know why it's so funny right now.
Right. I could have started, I probably did, with the housing discrimination lawsuit that he and his father faced.
What?
I think.
Now see, there we go. There we go. The reason they're all laughing at him because he's a joke. See, he's bringing up the normal talking points that you hear coming out of the fake news in regards to trying to paint Trump as a racist. I mean, I guess all of that history of Trump, he never seemed to work in the fact that that was a lawsuit filed under his father. And when Trump took over the business, he settled that. Maybe Don Lemon forgot that Trump was one of the pioneers that forced some of the all-white, country clubs in Florida to start allowing Jews and blacks to come in. Maybe Don Lemon could have sprinkled in, some of that intel that Judge Joe Brown provided concerning how Trump would give loans to black entrepreneurs in New York, and yet didn't even ask them to pay it back. I wonder if Biden did that. I wonder if any of those Democrats did that, because they just love black people. See, why didn't he work in any of those things as he's talking about the housing and all of that stuff? But let's keep the comedy going.
I could have done the Central Park 5 or the Exonerated 5.
Okay, see, so there you go. You go right back to the well. Okay, so now you could have did the Central Park Exonerated 5. Okay, we all know about that. Trump thought those guys were guilty. But not just Trump, many other folks in New York, including some blacks and Latinos, based on some bad intel that was given to him by the prosecutor. So if you're one who values law and order and justice, and it appears that these folks have escaped justice like the Democrats and all of them do, you probably would be an advocate for making sure justice is being done. And here's what I'm tripping about. You, Don Lemon, are trying to infer that he only was pursuing this because they were black. That's it. But then that will contradict the fact that he tried to get Mike Tyson off from the Desiree Washington accusation of rape, and he thought Mike was innocent. So I think he operates off of a principle based on his observation, evidence that's given, and it has nothing to do with race or anything. If this guy looks like he's innocent, then I will go to war for him. If he looks like he's guilty, then I will try to make sure justice is being dished out. But nonetheless, Don Lemon don't want y'all to see all of those contrary narratives because he's a hack and he's lying to us. But let's continue because I'm enjoying this comedy special.
I think I probably went on to talk about his role in birtherism.
There you go. Birtherism.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Birtherism. See, there we go. Right back to it. Now, once again, he's assuming because, Obama was black. That's the only reason that Trump was questioning whether he was, a legal citizen here in America. Now, granted, I know eventually Trump had to just back away from that because he saw what the media was trying to paint him as. But I will say I've done some research on that one, and in my opinion, the jury might still be out there. But, those are little fights. Those aren't that important. Therefore, it wasn't worth wasting all of the time. And, of course, giving them a bone to continue to make sure that their raggedy audience thinks that every single thing that Trump says and does is all generated by racism. That's the go-to when it comes down to the liberal media. You can never criticize someone based on their raggedy policies, their decisions, or none of that stuff. It all comes down to another hidden secret motive. But when that motive conflicts with all the other information, then how do you justify it? Why would Trump free those black young men from China who got caught stealing, the basketball players? If he wanted to see black people put in jail, why would he even pass the First Step Act and free all those black folks? 90% of them, all black, came to the White House. Think Trump hugged all over him, but he's trying to make it seem like Trump makes his decisions based on whether you're black. How about whether you're dumb or not? How about whether you're corrupt or not? And so on and so forth. But I'm enjoying this show, so let's keep watching.
And so I gave the evidence of that. When I say that the president of the United States is a fraud and a con, that was looking at his taxes and how and his history of litigation and not paying people. These are all facts. I don't do opinion. And I know that the difference for me is I do point of view. So I'm giving my point of view.
I gotta get serious. Yeah, I don't know about that either. See, so apparently he doesn't do opinion. He's basing it all on facts. So first things first, the whole Rachel Mad Cow gathering of Trump's taxes, I'm thinking to myself, what's the problem? We saw the taxes even though they were acquired illegally and there was nothing to see. So what do you know information we don't know, Don Lemon? And the fact that you just throw out based on the fact that he sued, name me one businessman or corporation that have not been sued over something. So what you're saying then is he didn't pay some people what? Based on what? They were black? Based on he's just Scrooge McDuck? I ain't paying nobody. I'm going to make them do work for nothing. Never want to give the details of the case. You just want to go ahead and throw it out there as if Trump's just out there like, you know what? It'd be a great idea. Make folks work for me and never pay them. All of these things, just random stuff he's throwing out and never actually broke down the taxes. What are you talking about? But you know what? He based everything off of truth. It's hilarious. No wonder everybody's laughing.
As an American, as a black man who happens to be gay, but I'm through that lens. But I also represent CNN.
That's funny in itself.
Not what you said.
You could have left that one out, y'all. I also represent CNN. The same CNN who folks undercover went in and caught them saying that they've been trying to, mess with the COVID numbers, make everybody scared, keep them on the bottom of the screen. Same CNN that said that Russian collusion is a nothing burger. The same CNN that whistleblowers have talked about your morning meetings and them telling them go after Trump and push this narrative, push that narrative. The same CNN that the guy was recorded undercover talking about some, you know what? we would have people talking about Trump's health. We knew it was fake. We knew it was fake. Yeah, that's propaganda. That CNN? You got to be kidding me. The same CNN that pushed the Russia collusion narrative. All of that called Trump a Russian agent. An agent, y'all. That's CNN? I don't think by you saying that is a good thing. You don't want to be like, I represent the Crips, okay? All right, I'm an honest, upstanding person. You know what? I can't believe it. See, if you questioning me, I represent the mafia. Okay? You understand that? Upstanding organization. But let's continue listening to this comedy show.
And so I must tell the truth. And if I don't, if my facts are wrong, then I have to clarify it and I have to come on television and I have to apologize and I say, I got that wrong.
Even Anderson. Look at him go.
I'm not going to let you do this one. Sorry.
Anderson Pooper even finds this funny, y'all. Sounds like Bugs Bunny when he plays the girl bunny. My stars.
So that is a difference between what I'm doing and what someone, as you mentioned, over at Fox News is doing. I'm operating from a place of truth. It's all based in fact, and it's all based on the evidence that's out there.
It's really so stupid.
It sure is. It is pure D stupid, Anderson Pooper.
Oh, come on. It's just torture. Just gotta let it out. Just gotta let it out.
And you know what? We better just go ahead and cross-reference because we don't want to just pick on Don Lemon. We better make sure other CNN upstanding news commentators aren't really, they're not in the same category as Don Lemon, who is, giving a lot of opinion. Maybe there's a different perception of these other ones. Oh, who is this? Little Brian Stelter? You mean the dude with the open stadium up top that he won't get rid of? The one with the bubblegum body. The one that's built like a Easter egg. All right, let's check out how things went with Brian when he was taking calls in. I guess he was waiting for people to call in and praise him for being the most trusted name in news. Here we go.
CNN, I can't watch it, and I wish I could. And MSNBC, they're worse than CNN.
Yes, I'd like to ask Brian to, on national television, admit he and his network are a bunch of liars about Donald Trump. That's all I got to say to you. I can't stand you.
All right, that's Gordon.
Mr. Stelter is the biggest minister of misinformation I have ever heard, and I'm a news junkie. This gentleman told the American people and his news organization, which he was pretty much had control over, for 4 years that there was Russia collusion. And actually, after all the $35-40 million of government investigation, come to find out there was zero collusion from the Trump administration and Russia.
Why would they say
Chris,
that?
He's such a bipartisan. What do you call him? What did he just say? He made the statement just a few minutes ago that he is all the stories are always evolving. Yeah, his stories absolutely evolve.
Brian Stelter.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. I think it is important that we all focus on what we do know to be true. The ties between Trump and Russia are significant. They were significant. It was a really important story. There is evidence of collusive behavior, of willingness to collude.
We're coming right back.
Yes, I was just wondering if you still feel like Michael Avenatti is the greatest thing in the world and should run for president of the United States.
Good question.
And my suggestion is whatever CNN says, do the opposite and you'll be fine.
CNN is just something it's a joke. It's a joke. This guy tells more lies.
I'm in Philadelphia. I'm a conservative in Philadelphia. Very rare person.
I just want to say a few things to you. Mr. Biden has been lying for 40-some years. Fox News is the top-rated news program, cable news. And I want to know about the Hunter Biden story. Why would you not carry anything about the Hunter Biden story, about his laptop and his lying and his drug use and that whole business?
I think it is important to cover the Biden family, and CNN has covered the Biden family.
Okay.
Sorry.
Including Hunter. There are issues, of course, with the laptop. And when news outlets asked to see what was on that laptop computer, Rudy Giuliani and others rejected those requests.
Now, see, that's funny because I remember during that time when Rudy Giuliani was going on all the networks telling folks, if you don't believe me, come check out the evidence. And CNN rather go with the whole conspiracy that was Russian disinformation. Interesting. I'm starting to question CNN's integrity. But let's continue listening to Open Stadium up top.
So, when we try to gather the news, when we are stymied, when we are when there are obstructions, then that obviously is a challenge. But yes, we should, and we do.
Oh my God. Here's the deal. Just wait. This just in. We're on TV. There are people
I gotta
watching.
get the jolly laugh.
We're not in a private area. Just FYI. Oh my gosh.
So you take the bike to work, huh?
Sometimes.
Jim Acosta.
Congressman, is there any way we could get you to talk about January 6th?
I do not do interviews with CNN because I do not trust CNN to be honorable or truthful.
Excuse me. Okay. All right, we'll get together now.
Well, can I ask you, do you still believe Antifa was behind January 6th?
I've already said what I'm going to say. I don't trust y'all to be truthful or honest.
Didn't he tell you? Jim won't quit. He ain't quitting. Get him, Jim. Get him.
Well, can you tell us if you regret what you said on January 6th?
I do not trust CNN to be truthful or honest, so I do no
Well, I'm just asking you
CNN.
questions. I'm asking you fair questions here, sir. Why can't you answer the question?
I do not trust y'all to be truthful or honest with anything CNN does.
Everyone laugh on that one because it's like, come on, every single weekend.
It's on video. If you can just talk to us for a moment. If you can just talk to us for a moment. If you can just talk to us for a moment. If you can just talk to us for a moment. If you can just talk to us for a moment.
Oh, you guys will lie through your teeth any chance you get.
Well, give you the chance to come on if you don't mind.
No. You're getting no chance, Jim. Okay? We're hip to you. Thanks to you guys, you have red-pilled a whole bunch of Americans. When Trump came down that escalator that first night, and I watched CNN, had them downloaded on my phone, man. And then all of a sudden, I click on CNN later on that night. Big bold words pop up. Trump calls all immigrants rapists, drug dealers, and murderers. And I sat back and said, wait a minute. That is not how I interpreted that in context. Why would they do that? From that point on, their credibility unraveled and my eyes opened and I was able to see the propaganda through them, through MSNBC, even sometimes Fox, and many others. So for this dude, all three of these dudes, to provide such rich comedy for us that's able to see that they're really comedians and not dang on news commentators or things like that. To us, we can enjoy that rich comedy. Unfortunately, when their raggedy audience watches them, some still believe it's real news. They're not able to put on their glasses to be able to see that they're watching Saturday Night Live skits and stuff like that. But we can because we got our nonsense seeing through glasses on. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. Man, CNN, thank you. I really want to thank y'all for providing such rich material for all of us to be able to laugh during these times of trials and tribulations. We have to laugh to keep from crying. Now, God bless y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos. Also, don't forget to donate if you like. Kevin's Corner, There are links in the bottom of this video. Check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, put Kevin in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. And what else? Oh, find me on Rumble in the Jungle. All right, God bless you all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.